Good day, my SC viewers. This is Satellite Media. Mr. Chinedu Michael, let us look at the position of the North and talking about what is coming from Anglo Abdullahi, saying that Nigeria needs to be renegotiated. You look as if things are now falling in place for the Igbos, who have said we want our own separate states.
What it means is that Igbo has always been on the side of reality. The truth. Igbo has always pushed for a national cohesion. Igbo has always wanted things to work. Igbo has individually, without government presence and support, involved deeply in the development of Nigeria. Igbo has, in all ramifications, become the mobile economy of this country. Igbo has contributed, sweated more than any region to make sure that at least Nigeria look a little bit where, they say out of the zoo or jungle, whatever it is, make it look as if it's a worthwhile place where things, can actually happen without any federal government support, So over the years, that has been the understanding, even before the war and after the war. The Igbo has contributed, which has been acknowledged even by the Northerners. But the fear, or whatever reason the reservation they have against anything that has to do with the eastern part of the country, including South, the North has not been able to come out and say the reality. We know that Jonathan came to power as a result of circumstances. Maybe possibly we wouldn't have had anybody from that region, becoming the president of the country. But when you're talking about Igbo case is distinct. Igbos are one of the progenitors or one of the pesetters, who came brought independence in Nigeria. They worked for it. Igbo is number one. When you talk about almost everything in Nigeria, we know what happened in 1966. We know what led to the Nigeria-Biafra war. It is crystal clear. If you look at it very well, you will still notice that there is something that they do not want the world to know. There is something going on. That this misconception, there's this deep reservation in the consciousness of Nigeria as a nation against the Igbos. Now, what is Adasaburi? If there's going to be a kind of unity, a kind of national forgiveness or repentance of whatever that has transpired to what have led to Aburi, why didn't they implement it? To tell you there's something actually going on. And Igbos have contributed a lot to the extent that it became very clear to Dick and Harry that there's no way they can be part of Nigeria anymore.
Okay, a school of thought have just said that the coast is not clear for the Igbos. Since the North is saying Nigeria needs to be renegotiated.
Not to go and sit down. What it be not? Anglo Abdullahi, was this his position before now? What was Anglo Abdullahi's position before now? What was the Northern Elders Forum position before now? What was the Northern Governor saying before now? What is the likes of Shetima, Yerima saying before now? We are just staying the same line. What would have influenced his latest move? Anglo Abdullahi is saying now. Nobody's interested in that.
What would have influenced his recent move now?
No, it doesn't position. No, I'm telling you that it's just another cosmetic plan, deeply in pretense and disguise, to see how they will knock Igbo man again to 2027. That is just it. At the end of the day, them too will be disappointed. But bros, with the level of things now, you understand, if you get to a level that if it requires us to struggle for national, for our own national president, we'll go about it. Let the Yorubas and the Northerners stay the way they want the country to, the way they want to arrange the country. They will be disappointed, to include the Yorubas themselves will be disappointed what will happen to them later in time to come. Because you see, if they come out and take a particular position, knowing fully well that a Yoruba man has been appointed, has become president in Nigeria, and it was unique, advisable for somebody from the eastern part of the region to become president. What happened? You saw them play the same game, producing the same Muslim thing. So who are they going to blame? If they want to negotiate Nigeria, let Yorubas and Nigeria and Hausas renegotiate themselves. Igbo is completely out of anything that has to do with that name, Nigeria. No, bros.
But, I know that someone like Samuel Ekpa, of course, the Prime Minister of Biafra in exile, will be singing hallelujah now. No, bros, perhaps saying that things are falling in pleasant places for him.
It does not come with relevance. I'm telling you in honest truth, go and check it. Igbo has gone past what the Northerners are saying. What are they reacting? We are on the global stage. We are discussing things globally. We are seeking for solidarity. We are seeking for amnesty. Not what one angle Abdullahi is saying because of crude oil, because of how they are going to, take over the national resources and the revenue. That's what the only thing they are interested on. Ask them one thing. They don't contribute to sports. They don't contribute to entertainment. They don't contribute to production. Nothing. Apart from jihadists everywhere. So what are you talking about? We don't need them.
If you permit me to jump in here, I understand someone like Nnamdi Kanu have been in castration of DSS for some years now. But if I don't think Nnamdi Kanu should be privy to this position of Anglo Abdullahi, what do you think will be running through his mind now?
No, the reality is staring them on the face because whatever they projected didn't go that way. They are now Muslim. Let them Muslim themselves at the end of the day. Go to Saudi Arabia, Muslim themselves there. There's no problem. They forgot that this country we are talking about today is a secular. You don't have any business going to Arabs. To do what? What are you going to there to do?
But when he went there, I mean, this presence in the Jama Bola Tinubu, is he not? Did he not represent you? Is he not?
Is it? Am I sharing my opinion with you?
What I'm saying is, he went there to represent Nigeria.
No, bro, he went there in connection of the agenda they are projecting. How can somebody how can somebody, one of their spokesperson from the north, jihadists there from the north, is saying that the southwest is not their problem? Do you know what it means? Oh, you don't know what it means?
The southwest is not their problem?
Yes, it's not their problem. So what are you talking about? Let them continue to project the
where do you get information that someone is saying that southwest is not their problem?
Go and find out. It's not a matter of where do I get the information. You understand? The information is there for everybody to feast, to look into. How would you justify that? It's a very clear thing now. Let them continue to bring arms, raise 1,000 militia, Boko Haram, from the one from Niger. They are busy right under the nose of Sultan of Sokoto. It's happening in Zamfara. Everybody's protesting. What are they looking for?
But no, before they could be saying southwest is not their problem. It's maybe because in southwest you have a good number of Muslims, and in the southeast you hardly find any Muslim.
Yes, they've already said it very clearly now. Yeah, Biafra is trouble for them.
What I'm saying, in the southeast you hardly find any Muslim. But remember that your brother recently, Tochukwu, is now the chief imam of Abuja Central Mosque.
Is that one irrelevant? You are asking a relevant question. That what Tochukwu is not insignificant. Whatever you call him, very 100% insignificant to the quest of. We're not running that kind of this thing. We have people who go and cut your hand, cut your head because you made a mistake. Let them run it now. So don't use Tochukwu. Whatever they call him, you understand, as a factor in this issue. It does not come. It does not. There's no synergy at all.
But let me ask you, in fairness to the Southwesterners here in Nigeria, we have a good number of Christians in the Southwest. Of course, we can see that evident in even some Jews.
It does not tell anything.
Churches.
If you have read histories of the world countries, it does not mean whether you have good number of Christians. It does not matter. I have seen a nation, a complete Christian nation, fell into Islamization. What are you talking about? That is who they are. There's no how you take it away from them. As simple as that. They are representing who they are. That's what they are.
Is this assessment fair to Christians in the southwestern part of the country?
You don't understand what I mean by being fair. What do you mean by being fair? I'm telling you that it does not take anything. By the time they withdraw this thing, bros, anybody currently now, as long as it is where a particular family have, if they are 5, 3 or 2 is Muslim. What does that mean? What does that tell you? In every family, there are alternative communities, states that are purely Muslim in the West. So how are you going to do that?
They cannot take away the fact that we have a good number of Christians in the West.
The umbrella of it is that they will fall in that category. But it's not like that, because they've already said, they said it with their mouth that Biafra is trouble, and they know that Biafra is trouble.
It's like Biafra resilience is a major headache for some power block.
It has always been. It has always been like that before now. You understand, because of the spread. He can't talk about, he can't ridicule an Igbo man this time around. He can't throw anything at Igbo man and you survive with it. We have to look into it, you know. So what you are seeing now is a deliberate attempt, you know, to disguise in another form and say, come, when Jonathan did renegotiation of Nigeria, after they knew, did they talk, didn't you see the Northerners walking away? They are sensing something. There's something they are sensing, you know, but they'll continue to sense it for themselves. As simple as that. There's something they are sensing. It's no longer business as usual. You know, if there's any form of love that's going to come from the eastern part of the country, bros, that one now is don't die.
Okay, let me ask you this question directly. If there were to be a table available for conversation around Nigerian issue, and you are made a delegate to represent the Biafran interest, what would be your
I will talk for 3 hours or 4 hours, and nobody should challenge me. Because see, the whole thing is already bottled up. Everything that has to do with the enmity, the corruption, the build-up, the gang-up, the marginalization has taken over 60 years. Okay, let me say Biafra war 50 years or 54 years now, and nothing is being done. So what are we going there to negotiate? It has come to the
your position.
My position is disintegration. What is the meaning of it? This is separate. Oh, haven't we given Nigeria enough opportunities? I don't know what you mean by Arab. I'm not an Arab.
That's the outside way of saying separate.
I'm not interested.
That's the outside way of saying divide.
I don't know. I don't want to know. Their own division is their own business. That Arab might mean another thing among them. You understand? So I don't know what is happening there. I don't know what they mean by Arab. What I'm saying is this: at this point, if I have the opportunity, I will project and advocate, you know, for total disintegration of Nigeria. Nigeria is not a country, and it's a fraudulent entity because of the crude oil. It looks as if, like, if you see the way and manner they are playing it, it suits them. Oh, they want to see Igbo man suffer and suffer and suffer and suffer and die in penury. It makes them happy. All this what you are seeing.
But how many Igbos doing well in Nigeria currently? Even in the oil and gas sector, even in the banking industry.
About, you know, commercialization. We are talking about, you know, industrialization. We are talking about invention. We are talking about being industrious. We are talking about how skillful are you? You are talking about a good number of, how many of them are allotees? Can you mention an Igbo man? Come out today and say this particular Igbo man is an allotee. He has 5 oil wells. Mention the person. Mention one. When they finish with that, because I told them one now. Igbo man always want to engage himself in dangerous, adventurous movement. How many of them will go to the sea? They will sit in the office. Those who play the game on the street understand that those are the people who transform, who create economy, not those who sit on the AC and on AC. AC will be blowing them. They will cross their leg. How do they know what is happening please, I understand this very well when the late Aton Zeribe interpreted the situation in Aso Rock, how things are being manipulated in Aso Rock. They cannot share their woman ingenuity with the way and manner, you know, they portray themselves, you know, before in all ramification. It's not possible.
I think I must say very thank you for your time. If you permit me, this is a good place to let it go. Thank you very much, Mr. Chinedu Michael. I'm Matthew and this is Satellite Media.